Greetings everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Now within this video I'm going to demonstrate to you how to prepare a delicious home cooked beef stew. Yes, you heard correctly, a delicious home cooked beef stew. Now guys, this demonstration is worthwhile watching. I don't want to miss it, so stay tuned and I'll be right back. For tuning in. Now we're in a bowl of approximately 2.5 pounds of beef, and it was already cleaned up, cut up, and washed with lime juice and vinegar. So what I'm gonna do now is to season it, right? Alright, so here in this small container I have scotch bonnet pepper, ginger, and garlic, right? So I'm just gonna add these seasonings to it, and these are just a few seasons I'm gonna be using for now. You know what I mean? Now with that, I'm gonna add some pimento berries, right? Pimento berries. Next on the agenda, I'm gonna be using some dash season, and this is the onion and herb. All right. So onion and herb. All right, and that should be about it. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some Maggi all-purpose season right here, and this all-purpose season is when I say all-purpose, it means it does everything. It caters for chicken, fish, beef, pork, just about any kind of meat. All right, that's why it's called all-purpose, right? It says all-purpose, and that means for a reason, right? So it means it seasons any kind of meat. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead now and just pour out what I have here in the container. Now, what I have remaining is not much, but I have another pack right beside me here that I'm gonna open. Let me just pour this out, and then I'll see exactly on the amount that I'm looking at. Right? Yeah, so I'm just slowly just pouring out the Maggi pepper season over the beef. Who knows? Maybe this can do it. You know what I mean? But then the thing about it is that you have to remember that this is based on the amount of meat that you have in the bowl, right? You have to add as much season to ensure that the meat has the right taste, you know what I mean? Or should I say the season quality? Yeah, see, so those are the things that now I'm gonna go ahead and add some soy sauce, all right? The Chinese soy sauce, all right? All right, so that should be about it. Now, as I said before, I have a new pack here. It's not open as yet, but what I'm gonna do is to keep it on the side. You know what I mean? Let me just get the seasoning rub up with the meat, and then I can know if it needs some more of the Maggi pepper season. All right, I'm gonna place it aside, and then I'm going to go ahead now and dip my hand in and just massage the meat. You know what I mean? And just ensure say the season is covered to the meat. Now, as I said before, you know, when you season your meat, right, you just want to make sure that you properly season it, right? As I mean, go rinse your hands and that don't just pala and think it's okay. No, you go in and you twirl and you use and just roll them and just feed them together like so. I should say most of them together. And just content the same thing. Cause you want to make sure say all the meat in the bowl is cooperative with the season, right? I just said the thing said. I mean, like I said before, I'm gonna taste it in a few, and they'll know exactly how the taste result is. All right. Now, I know most of you probably don't taste, but when I say taste, I don't mean you're gonna put the whole thing in your mouth. It's just a mere fact that you wanna use a tip of your tongue to taste it. So what I normally do, I'll just go like so and just tap it in the palm of my hand and just taste it. When I taste it, I can know exactly if it's okay or not. Alright, you know what? It's okay. You know what I mean? So I don't need no more season to it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is to allow it to marinate for at least a day. You know what I mean? Because, so it depends, because if you guys determine that you want to say you're going to cook it over the weekend, right? And if you have the beef or the chicken or whatever, you can season it and cover it obviously in the fridge and allow it to marinate for a day or two. You know what I mean? So the longer you take a marinate is the more the meat is seasoned. You know what I mean? I tell you the truth. The longer you have it seasoned, and the better the taste quality, right? So, or should I say it marinates better. But as I say, at the same thing, taste quality, marinate at the same thing I talk about. But that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, so see there. Yeah? Alright. Now, the season that I use to season it, right? Those are just the season, right, that I'm using. Now, when I am almost complete cooking the meat, then I'll just get the rest of the season. So just stay tuned. I'm going to cover the meat and just put it in the fridge and allow it to marinate for the next day, right? So, the seasoned beef has removed from the fridge and it's been placed on the counter to come down to room temperature because it was actually cold, you know what I mean? So that let it sit on the counter and come to room temperature. So what I'm gonna do is to allow it to continue cool down. Allow it to cool down while I attend to other things. So stay tuned. So here in the cooker I have some water, right? And it's boiling. So what I'm gonna do is to add some Maggi pepper season to it. So I'm actually seasoning the water, right? Season the water, right? Now after pouring the season to the water, I'm gonna go ahead now and add the meat, the seasoned meat from the bowl into it, right? Now I know most of you probably wondering why am I using that cooker? Alright, I'm gonna tell you why. The cooker I'm using is to tenderize the meat, right? Because you see, there are times, it depends on the quality of the meat. It can be tough. You know what I mean? So that's why I have a cooker to eventually speed the process. Because remember, if you're gonna be using a gas stove or electric stove, it's gonna take a long time if you're gonna cook it regularly. But when it's a cooker now, the cooker will take less time to get it done. So what I'm gonna do is to allow it to come back to a boil, and then I'm gonna put lid on and then allow it to kick, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then 5 minutes would be the approximate time I'm gonna give it to be tender. Now, if when I give it the 5 minutes and turn the flame off and wait until it cools down and check it, and if it's not tender to my soup, then I'll just give it another 2-3 minutes. You know what I mean? But that's just the thing. As I said before, if I was gonna cook it regularly and in a regular pot, it's gonna take longer time. But with a cooker, it takes less time. I just my mess at that, you know what I mean? No, I know that most people probably don't have no cooker. But for me, cooker is a must because yeah, some meat can be really tough, you know what I mean? And having a cooker right here can tenderize the meat. Alright? Now I'm gonna put the lid on. Right, I'm not gonna cover it fully, but what I'm gonna do is to just rest it on top like so. Right, as soon as it comes to a boil, then I'm gonna turn it over and then put the weight on top of it, alright? So just stay tuned. Alright, so it's now come to a boil, so I'm gonna turn the cover over, close it, then put the weight on top. Alright, I'm going to allow it to build up that heat. When it does build up the heat, this is gonna spin. Alright, so let's go and stay tuned. Alright, so you know, say they are going to kick, you know what I mean? So I would say as soon as it starts to make that whistling sound, I'm gonna give it at least 5 minutes. So it has been 2 minutes already, so I'm gonna give it at least 3 more minutes and then turn the flame on. Alright, so let's go and stay tuned. Alright, so as I reach the 5 minutes mark, so I'm gonna turn the flame off. Alright, so I reached now to the cooling point, so I'm going to remove the weight on top. Take the cover off. Place it aside. Now guys, check out the Raguanai pot. Check out Raguanai pot, guys. Now guys, I did not add no oil, right? I did not add no oil to it. All I used was water, alright? Yeah, man, so check it out, guys, check it out. This is what I'm gonna pot. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is to pour it out, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna pour it out the cooker into the pot. Alright, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so I already poured it out in the pot. So I'm going to now light the stove, you know what I mean, and make it go and cook for a few more minutes. As I said before, what I did was to tenderize it by putting it in a pressure cooker, right? Or we call it cooker to tenderize it. So now I'm gonna cook it down now, you know what I mean? Yeah. Alright, now the thing is, you know, I did not tenderize it too soft, you know, because guess what? I don't like it, my meat is mushy. So I don't want it too soft and break apart. Not to be soft and break apart, but to be soft in a sense, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. So just go and stay tuned, you know what I mean? Yeah, until it comes to a boil. Because I'm going to allow it to cook down for a few minutes, then I'm going to add the season to it, so just stay tuned. Alright, so as you can see now, it's cooking down. Alright, so I'm just gonna give it a stir. I can smell the aroma too, you know, guys. The aroma smells so good, you know. So the beef stew going a bag of things. Can't tell you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and add some vegetables, so some carrot and some mashed potato. Alright, after doing so, I'm just gonna use a spoon to just scatter them within the pot, right? So when I say scatter, I'm talking about just make sure I don't have too much in one area, you know what I mean? So I'm just using the spoon now just to scatter them in the pot, you know what I mean? So after doing so, I'm just going to, you know, use a spoon to make them submerged Submerge doesn't mean go down to the bottom, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want them to be floating on top. I mean, one or two can be floating on top, but not much, you know what I mean? So I just want them to be submerged, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna cover the pot and allow it to continue to cook for the next few minutes. Then I'm gonna add my seasonings. So stay tuned. Do you smell what I'm cooking? I'm cooking some beef stew. You know what I mean? Imagine, so guys, it smells so delicious. Yeah, tell you, trust me. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and now add the seasoning to the pot. Alright, so everything is within the small bowl here. So I'm just gonna add them in. So I'm trying to allow some of the seasoning to be submerged. So I'm going to cover the pot and allow the container to cook for the next few minutes. Just stay tuned. Guys, I take great pleasure to share what I prepare in my kitchen. So if you have made it this far watching my video, thank you for watching.